As the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal is set to give its verdict tomorrow, being the 6th of September, here are 5 very important informations, news and updates you need to know before leaving your homes. Starting with number 5, we have a very important notice for people working at the appeal court. Just so you know, the appeal court asks staff to stay at home, to not come to work tomorrow, being the 6th of September. The appeal court located in Abuja, Nigeria, asks staff not to leave their homes or come to work tomorrow. Is this because of any impending danger or protest? Only time will tell. Anyways, if you're working with the appeal court in Abuja, kindly stay at home because your presence isn't needed tomorrow, being the 6th of September. And on number 4, we have a very important one for most Nigerians. Any Nigerian thinking of forming any form of protest tomorrow, this is a very important one for you because the Nigerian military gave a notice warning Nigerians to stay away from any unlawful protest, stay away from any form of unlawful gatherings and protest within or outside the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal tomorrow. This is a very important one because the judgment tomorrow won't favor a lot of people and is going to favor some people. So if the judgment tomorrow doesn't favor you, please stay away from any form of protest because the Nigerian military will take it very seriously, and that is why these guys came out to give a notice, to give a clear warning to anybody, any institution, any form of groups trying to create any form of protest or gatherings tomorrow. This is a good one because we need absolute peace and sanity tomorrow, regardless if the court judgment favors you or it doesn't. And on number 3, we have the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a man who about 3 different bodies filed a case against him in the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal. This man will not be in the country tomorrow because he has a very important meeting to hold in India. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not be available tomorrow because he traveled yesterday to a very important meeting in India, which we know as the G20 Summit. Is his absence linked to the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal, or can we link his absence based on the judgment that the court will declare tomorrow? Anyways, only time will tell. But it's very important to know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not be in court. He will only have a representative the same way he has done all through the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal. So for anyone hoping to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu tomorrow, please, he's not available in the country because he traveled yesterday for a very important meeting that will be conducted in India. A lot of Nigerians traveled together with him because the meeting is based on invitation, where popular businessmen and philanthropists were invited to hold this meeting, this G20 meeting in India, together with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And on number 2, we have a very important one, and this one is going to change the way, the shape and manner everything will be conducted tomorrow. It's going to influence so many things because the Presidential Elections Petitions, the judgment will be televised live on various TV channels domiciled all across the country, where Nigerians can sit in their comfort of their home and watch all of the proceedings, watch every actions coming from the court. And those that don't have access to TV or people who aren't free to watch TVs, the proceedings will be broadcasted live on various radio stations domiciled all across the country. And this is a very nice one because a lot of Nigerians, before the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal kicked off, asked the government to televise all of the actions coming from the court so Nigerians can watch every proceedings coming from the court. The judgment tomorrow will play a major role in Nigerians' democracy, and that is why Nigerians need to watch every single thing. We need to learn and get informed about the happenings in the country. So this is a very nice one, and it's a big one, and it will go a long way to change various forms of actions, because if everything is being televised live on TV, it's going to create various forms of professionalism. The judges, the lawyers, everybody in attendance will try to be professional because the whole world will be watching. Everybody in Nigeria will be following up to see what the court has to say about the presidential elections that was conducted on the 25th of February 2023. So this will create various forms of professionalism and also create various forms of awareness because Nigerians will be tuned in. Nigerians domiciled all across the country will be following up to get proper information and data. But then before we jump right down into number 1, we also have a very important one to chip in first, because the verdict coming from the court tomorrow will not be the final. Just in case you think the judgment or the verdict that the court will give tomorrow is the final, no, It's not the final because any of these candidates can also appeal their case in court also. And on number one, we have the judges. We have 5 judges in total who will partake in giving a verdict tomorrow, because all of these presidential candidates like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Peter Obi, and Atiku Abubakar, all of these guys argued their case in the court of law. So these 5 judges, after going through all of the witnesses, the evidence and data brought to the court of law by Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, INEC, and so on and so forth, they will have to give a verdict tomorrow. It's not going to be an easy one for them to do, because first, the democracy and the peace and unity of the country lies in the hands of these 5 judges. Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and the rest, they all performed excellently in the court of law. They all presented their cases. They all did an in-depth analysis. They investigated all of the materials used by INEC in conducting the presidential elections. And it's going to be a very, very tight one. It's going to be a very, very tight one. And these 5 judges, they have a major role to play tomorrow in trying to restore peace and unity, trying to honor and respect democracy in the country, because anything they give tomorrow, any verdict they make tomorrow, will go a long way to go down in history. A lot of Nigerian youths coming up in the future will have to study all of these things, so these guys know that the actions and reactions tomorrow will play a massive role in Nigerian's political history, and that is why these guys cannot be biased tomorrow. These guys have to be professional, and that is why it's very, very important for the court to televise all of its proceedings live to Nigerians to watch and follow up tomorrow. These guys have to be professional. So what do you think will be the outcome of the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal? Who do you see winning? Who do you see coming out victorious? I would love to see your predictions in the comment section. Do well to let me know. Who do you think will come out with smiles? Is it Peter Obi of the Labour Party? Is it Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party? Or is it the current president of the Federation in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Do well to let me know what you think about tomorrow. Tomorrow will definitely be an historic day in the history of Nigerian's politics. Anyways, Peter Obi of the Labour Party performed excellently during the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal. This guy, together with his legal counsel team, were able to bring up various facts, evidence, materials, and witnesses to the court of law. Peter Obi of the Labour Party disputed the outcome of the presidential elections. He wasn't happy because he believed the elections were heavily rigged to favour a particular presidential candidate during the elections. The obedience, together with Peter Obi, will be waiting for a favourable decision, a verdict tomorrow. But then it's not going to be an easy one. Anyways, if you want to see how Peter Obi will perform tomorrow, if you want to see about 10 different facts that will probably make him the president of the country, click on the video showing right here on your screen. Click on that video and I will see you there.